Good afternoon, everyone. It's Rachel here, and we are going to work in this little favourite things journal that we made yesterday. Not yesterday, last week. Not yesterday. Today is actually Sunday, so I'm pre-recording my video because I want to get cracking on it. Okay, so there's a few things that I want to do. I'm going to have a mix of old and new in here because clearly not everybody has lots of old things. And so, but you can create something really super cute, and it's really a place to put little bits and pieces of our favorite things so that we don't have to hoard them. So what I always say to people who buy things from me too and everything, and they say, oh, I just want to hoard everything, and I always say, make yourself something lovely, and then you're less inclined to hoard. So for example, hoarding these types of papers or rag papers or old laces, or these are super old trims. I don't even know. I got them from a lady in Florence. I love the reverse side as well, but I don't even know how old they could be. 17 or 18, very well worn. And so I've had them in a drawer and been hoarding. I'm also going to put them on hearts. I haven't started the hearts yet, but I would like to do that as well. So I'm going to put a piece in here. So I think it's a place even to have little bits and pieces of, that's one of my linens. It's a piece of the French blue, and you know, you can use those. They look old, they look oldish, and you can use those to put with an old lace that you have, or a vintage lace, or you might have vintage trims. So it's going to be one of those places that we put everything. So what I think I might do is just start making a few little bits and pieces that I want to include. My size, let's just recap, the size of my book is about 4 inches by 6 inches, so not very big, and my pages are all different sizes. So clearly something big is going to go onto that page, and if I cover that page there, this page I might have something that swings, so that way we can lift it up and still see the lovely page, if you get my drift. Okay, so I think this one here, I wanted to put this beautiful lace that has holes, and I'm simply going to just roughly stitch. Now if you're not a stitcher, you can just simply, I'm going to grab, this is just one of those tatting or crochet, I don't know, I think it's more of a tatting, a vintage tatting thread. You can simply glue. You don't have to stitch, but oh, that's a whopper. Look at that. That's Prim Longs, and it is super long. Let's just use that. I'll probably stab myself. I don't know what size. Very good for doing cantha stitching, because you can run it through multiple times before you pull the needle, actually pull the needle through. And the eye looks wide, but it's deceptively thin. Okay, so I'm just going to put little stitches in here to hold this, and this is going to be a very simple one. I may add something to it. Oh, I know what I might add. We'll see. So it's going to be an exercise in really making clusters. You can see my stitches, that's okay. So I'm doing a little short stitch on top and a long stitch on the back. It'll be reasonably quick, and of course going through the linen is like going through butter. And you could leave this, you don't have to stitch it all down. You could have it flapping up so you could see the fabric. I think I'm going to stitch it all down and have a peekaboo of the fabric. So we're just creating a cute little book for our favorite things. It's kind of like Corinne called the Lulu quilt, the Just Because quilt. It's just because I like it, and I totally agree, Corinne, and this is just because I like them. And it's the type of thing, you know how we have coffee table books? Well, this is a coffee table book. And that's the same with journals too. Sometimes we make journals and there's plenty of space to write in them, even though there's lots of imagery or lovely papers and things. But they can also, I know lots of people who've bought my journals and they've just told me they don't write in them. they just want to look through them. And I do that with mine. I don't write in them, the ones I purchased or that Pam gave me. Pam's particularly, Pam from Pandora's Junk Journals, hers are definitely beautiful. I don't have a coffee table, so I can't put them on the coffee table, but they are like what we would call coffee table books. They're just beautiful things to sit down one day when you're relaxing. You might be watching a YouTube video sitting on the couch or an armchair and pick it up and just flip through it. I made one for Mum and she just loves having it. She does have a coffee table and she just has it there, and she just looks at it when she feels like it. It's not a writing journal, so you can make just pretty things just for the pleasure of it. Now I think I'll have that going up. See how quick that was? Very simple. Even a non-stitcher can do that. And then that I will glue into my book. But we're going to make a few things and then we'll decide where they're going. I think this book will be an ongoing process too. Whether I do another video the next week if I feel inspired, or I was going to put that on there, I think. See, that's just a little piece of one of my fabrics, and I think I may have that as a tab going around the page. And I did have somewhere, and I can't find it, I had a very thin navy blue. I wonder where I put it. Did I put it in my vessel? Just a second. Let's grab this. Is it in here by any chance? In this one? I don't think so. Is it in that one? I don't think so. Oh, we've got some interesting things in here though. I just shoved things that didn't have a home. So, because I tidied up, guys, as you know. Just 1 second. I had a thought of where it might be in this mess. It could be in this mess here. I see the hot pink. I don't want hot pink. I don't want bright blue. See, I have a navy blue of these and I don't know where it is. It's disappeared. Okay, it's a mystery to me. However, I have found this one, 931. I'll use that. How about that? Now, is it in here? This is the question. Oh, I found the green one. We could use those. Let's see what's in here. I put all my stray threads in. I've got green. I think I'll put that in. Let's put all of these in here. We'll use the vessel for something else. They all need to be put away. They're all thread, except these ones can go. I could use those. They're old millinery things. Now, some things that I do might be a Friday video. They might be more involved things where I feel like I need to do a Friday video for those. Oh, that's a nice, and we've got that blue. I think that blue's a bit bright. We do have that. I like that. I'm a sucker for the wool, aren't I? Absolute sucker. Can't help myself. I just love it. It's the texture. It's a texture thing for me. Oh, I dropped something. I might have dropped a needle. I don't know. Anyway, I just grabbed a threader. I think I'm going to use this. It is double. This is a mohair wool. Mohair and wool, I don't know. And I got that from the Cruel Goblin in Sydney. I'm going to use, not that needle, this one. Still has the green in. Now, I'm now having a thought that I may stitch that right onto the page. I think that's going to stitch on the page. Okay, so we'll just pin that. We'll put that aside. Decisions. I'll put that over there so I remember. Okay, the other one I've already sort of started thinking about is I have this beautiful dyed piece of hemp. And as you know, I got these amazing trims the other day. And I thought I might, it did need, I thought it would be very nice on a dark background. All those stringy bits need to come off. They're just going to drive me bonkers. Okay, beautiful old trims. Now I think I'll have that there because I didn't want to fully cover up that. I wanted to have it, maybe I'll have it down a bit. And I thought I'll just I had that scrap flying around. And I thought I might put that there just to have a little contrast. So what could I use? Will I use blue or will I use just plain? Maybe just plain. Because my main feature is that. And I'm wondering, do I need to stitch that on? That will probably be able to see. I probably need to get one that's a better colour. So let's just stitch this on. So kind of like we're making little vignettes. But as I was just, you know, scrolling Pinterest for little ideas, I thought so many different ones. I could do so many different ones of these books, and bigger ones and the small ones and medium ones. So it could become a thing, so long as time permits. But little things like this do not take long to do. So I'm just doing an overcast stitch again. I'm not doing any fancy embroidery at this point. So anyone who is even not a stitcher but you like the look, these simple stitches you can do. You just need a cotton thread. I recommend maybe an ecru color like what I'm using, because it doesn't, you know, stand out like a sore thumb. And a needle, and you can easily do these stitches. So I'm going over the edge of my fabric and coming up from underneath through my fabric. My applique piece is what I want to say. So I've got old fabric, a new fabric, and an old trim. Oh, I should have pulled that book out. Where it's over, actually, it's not far away. I can pull it out. A book of great inspiration for this project is going to be this. I don't think you can purchase it anymore. It was an exhibition in the UK, the Foundling Hospital. I'm sure some of you will know it. Very sad. I was showing it to Lulu. She was tearing up. She's so sweet. So the Foundling Hospital, I need to read the book. I haven't read it yet, but it was a hospital where people, ladies, took their children that they, you know, their babies that they couldn't, you know, they maybe had the baby out of wedlock, and in those days it wasn't excuse me, it wasn't acceptable. So they would take their babies to the Foundling Hospital, and on the documentation, so the antique letters, I probably won't stitch that bit down, I don't need to, it's going to be covered. They would leave a piece of a garment or a trim of theirs, so that the child, wherever they ended up, would have a, you know, something of their mother, which is really amazing to me. I'll pull it out in a second. And so in there's these old documents in this catalogue kind of thing, with the mother's garments. Let me put it out now so I don't forget. Which book is it? Here it is. It's right on the top. Well, on the top under my samples for the courses. Oh, and I just found a lovely fabric that I love. Now, this is not an old fabric, but that is gorgeous. And that is, I think that's a French General. And that could be very appropriate in my little book. So let me, Threads of Feeling. Oh, the London Foundling Hospital Textile Tokens. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Textile Tokens. That's a lovely name. 1740 to 1770, and it was put together by John Stiles. I can guarantee you, I saw it on, maybe French General shared it, I think, on Instagram many moons ago. And I wonder if you can visit the Foundling Museum. I don't know. I found it with great difficulty. Look at that. There's inspiration for this little book. I found it on, I think I got it on Amazon, but I think I paid €50 for it, but I just had to have it. Love it. 1758. See? And sometimes they were just pinned on. So this is going to be a great source of inspiration for this. Because as you get in there, look at that beautiful piece of fabric. As you get in, and there's a dress to show you the fashion. I have little things like that. See, look there, and they're sort of bunched up. I love it. It's the most beautiful, but I don't know whether you'll be able to find it. As I was saying, I found it and it was very expensive and it took ages to come. I might have found it from a different website. I can't think. I don't know. Trims. See, this is what I liked, how all this is done. This is what I would like to get crafty. Oh, and a bonnet. Look at the bonnet. I've got bonnets, but that book is not big enough to take. And look at those trim sort of rosettes. So this is a wonderful source of inspiration. Oh, someone even put a sampler. Amazing. Just amazing. Wool. Huh. I haven't looked at it for a little while. I did flick through quickly the other day with Lulu, but I really haven't looked at it properly for a while. There's some stitch bits. Amazing. See, this is what I want to do, but I might even have to make a bigger one because the bigger one will need to have, you need to have space for that stuff. Now I need to find, just need to hop up a second because I'm not that organized. I'm pretending to be organized. It's pretend organization. Oh, I took it out in the other room. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Here it is. I'm just looking for my regular stranded cottons because I have a large variety of colours in here. And I thought I might have a goldy sort of yellow. Even that one, even though it's variegated. That's a more special one. Although, oh no, that's just a DMC one. That's not special. Oh, sorry, DMC. Anyway, I'm just going to take one strand, and if I can get it off, one strand to stitch this on. Yep, don't need two strands, just one. And we're going to stitch this on. I'm not going to cover up that laundry label. So I'll make a few things and put them in the book. And I think it's just going to be an ongoing thing, guys. Sometimes I might, if I involve paper as well, because my thoughts are I might involve paper, it may be things that can go into other types of journals as well. And so that might become a Friday video. And I will say that in my Friday video. So again, I'm just catching the edge of this metal trim. Actually, I'll just go like that. I'm so excited about this project, I can't tell you. So as I said, you don't have to have the things that I have. I know I live in an old country, and I was talking to Sherry about it. Hi Sheridan, I hope you had a safe journey home. And you know, it seems like I have all this stuff, but I have been living here for more than 20 years. And I have been going to the antique markets for all that time. And even though I wasn't doing exactly the same things as I'm doing now, I was still slowly purchasing things. And I have also installed a relationship with a lot of the antique dealers that I see. And they often, you know, will have a bag of stuff under their table and they'll say, oh, I can put these aside for you. And of course they say no obligation to purchase, but they say, do you want to have a look and see if you want them? And then I'll say yes or no. So I'm very lucky in that sense, but it's not like you go out to the antique market and you find all the things straight away. You have to go frequent. I mean, as I said, I've been going to them for like 20 years. And having a big collection of things is, you know, it happens over time. I'm wanting to decorate my shelves, and we've done a nice job now compared to what it was before, Lulu and I. However, I don't have a lot of objects. So my mum lives in a very small apartment in Australia. It's just a feast for your eyes. Literally, you nearly fall on the floor when you go in there. But she has been collecting for a lifetime, and she keeps saying to me that you're not going to just go out and look for objects and just find them. They're going to reveal themselves to you very slowly, and you will gather them. Also, because that would be a very expensive enterprise. The hubby would not be very happy if I came home with a whole thing of things. A whole thing of things. That's very interesting, isn't it? But as you can see, I'm even going to include something like that. Now, you could rough it up a bit if you want to, if you have that sort of fabric. But if you've got it, everyone can get their hands on a few bits and pieces of lace. My sister has a beautiful collection of laces, and she lives in Australia. She just regularly goes and looks at the sewing basket. If you have that type of store, or the thrift stores, or in the States, you have amazing, I've seen people's hauls from your estate sales, and they get the most incredible things in those estate sales. Really incredible. So it's just over time. You've got to be patient and build it up over time. But I think that because I also have my business, so I have a lot of stuff for my business as well. But I might have too much stuff in the sense that it's very hard for me to focus. I do find it very hard to focus and know what do I want to use. And it's just the tip of the iceberg, really, because I've got it tucked away all over the place. But yeah, I think there are benefits to not having too big a collection, that it's really easy for you to focus and narrow down what you want to include and how you want to do it. There's something to be said for that too. And you only need 1 or 2 special things. You don't need 50 million, just a few. I've gone quiet now after my chitter chatter. I feel like I might add something else to this. I don't know. I'll tell you what else I love is ticking. I don't know if I'll add that. I'll tell you some nice things to use are linen. If you can get your hands on some nice different textured linens, well, they do the job of what our old hemp does. So we've gone around there now. That is on, and now I can feel free to use the rest of it because I've put that on something. A bit of knot that. I just added that other piece of fabric because I felt like it just needed something else. I'm going to be gluing it anyway, so I'm not too concerned. I did manage to knot it, but I can leave that a little bit longer, so then when I glue it down, it will stick and not go anywhere. So I'm going to put that there. Try to keep myself in order. I should have my mat here. That would be good. Now, do I want... That's very pale. I mean, you can hardly see it because it's been dyed. This is one of my linens. It was a bodgy print. They give me all the bodgy prints, so it's all, look at the jagged edge. That's how I got it. And it's all faded and stuff, but I don't mind. I don't think I want... Oh, do I like that? I kind of do. Is that getting too busy? I feel like I wanted this over a bit more, covering it, and it's not covering it because I didn't want to cover the monogram, not the monogram, what do you call it, the laundry labels. So that's why. And then I had too much of that other fabric showing. It was only meant to be peeking out from behind. So that's why I'm going to add this. And I'm going to add it with this blue. So visible stitches. I just think that'll make it a bit more interesting. And then I'm not going to add any more. I probably could have put a bit of lace. Huh. And then I might really go bonkers and decide to embroider the flowers. Oh, good Lord, stop me now. Stop me. I need the voice of reason, my mum. She'll be like, stop now. So you can see it's a bit of a process. Not everything's going to be, but this is. Some bits are just going to be simply glued in, as you would a sampler, but I just need to gather it all together. So we can pretend that this is a little sample of a fabric that they were going to make something and put that trim on it. You wouldn't want to wear that trim because it's metal. It'd be very uncomfortable and scratchy. Be nice on a bag. Did I show you the bag I bought from my friend in Pistoia? It's newly made. I think I might have shown you. I'll show you in a sec. It's newly made, but it's made with old things. And I absolutely love it. I must ask her, can she get whoever to make more? They'd be lovely gifts. It's quite heavy because they weighted it in the bottom. I've got it here on my shelves. Oh, I've gone off. Excuse me, that's the end of it. Yeah, I like that more. Because that linen is faded out, it's the Pretty Botanicals, it's faded out there. It's it looks kind of old, kind of. Okay, there's my little, got two. Now I had this beautiful piece of, this is one of my favorite hemps. It's a very loose weave. Now I wanted to put, what did I want to put on there? I had something. I was going to put, was I going to put that with it? No. Was I? Did I want to put that there? And that maybe down there like that. I thought that's nice. Oh no, I wanted to put this on here. I didn't want to cover the hemp up too much, so I can do that and have this. This is the same one. It's just off the top of this first one we did. So let's just grab, again, I'm glad I brought this over because I've got all kinds of colours in here. I need I probably could get away with this one. No, maybe not. Let's do this one. It reminds me not of the red, but of the other colour, the base colour of that trim. And I'm just again going to use one strand. So you can use your stranded cottons for this type of thing. If I can separate it. I try to separate them usually from the middle. They get tangled, so you've got to pull it. I think Charlotte Lyons shared that tip once. I think I'll use the big rod. And then let's see. So I want to rejoice this very old trim, and I have no, I won't have it that way because that way is crooked. I have no idea from what time period it is. I'm not such an expert with that sort of thing. Sometimes, oh gosh, it's had so much glue on it, it's very hard to get through. A lot of glue. I'm getting it done. So I'll show you the back of it. Look, it's had something on it. And this piece was attached to that piece, so I didn't actually cut it off. It was stitched on, and I just tugged and it came off. Yep, this is the right colour. So we're really making little clusters, aren't we? These could be good for journals too, although you wouldn't, unless you're making a special journal, you wouldn't put these very old trims in. But I might feel like I can start using them now if I have them in a book. And you don't need a big piece. I think I've got a tangle in here somehow. I've got a knot. I don't think I'll be able to get that out. No, because it doesn't have, I can't get it into the loop. They usually get a little loop. Oh well, it's just going to stay like that. Oh, I got it through. Oh, that's it. Finished with the knot. Okay, so now to go up here, I'll have to do little stitches to hold it there. Yep, and that colour good. It just blends in. That one not so much. Too big a stitch, but doesn't matter. It's just for me. It's also something that I don't want to rush it. I want to do a nice job that I'm happy with. Okay, so I can now end that off, and I'll leave it a bit longer so that when I glue it onto my page, it will, you know, if I didn't knot it enough, it will stay anyway because this string will glue down onto the page. So that's that. I know it looks funny for the moment. Then we're going to have this. I'm going to bunch it a little bit up and around. Bring it up a bit higher. I wanted the bunching to go onto there. Do I have a pin? Yeah, I like that. And it might need something else. Can I get this to thread? I should just use the threader. Oh, good Lord. Let's just use the threader. What? Can't use the threader. It just ripped it. No. Got it. Oh, thank goodness for that. Who knew? Okay. Little stitches. Sometimes I just say that to remind myself to do them. It doesn't have to be stitched everywhere. It can just be enough to hold it on. I might jump down over here and hold it on a bit more there. Whoops. Tangled. There we go. Now we've got a knot. Okay. Just move that out of the way. Okay, I think that's enough. You don't have to stitch it all, just a little bit. Okay, need something else. What else do I have here? I absolutely love this. It's very old. There's a join there. I think I would just have one piece of it. I think that's the back. No, that's the back. Is that going to be too much? I don't want to cover. No, that's not going to work. I could do something like that. I don't want to cover all of the, so that's too big. I'm wondering if I had a few of these. I'm never going to do anything with this. It's just been flying around. I can't get them out. I don't think I want the leaf. No, they're not going to separate. The whole thing covers it up and would be too bulky for my book. Well, that's a shame. Okay, well, we'll just keep on looking and seeing what else do I have. Okay, I also have, oh wait, I did pull one out. Might be too big though. Here it is. One of these beautiful pieces. Nope, too much. I have my little, this is like my little box that I consider them to be like little, this is not particularly old. I just tea dyed it. Just a crochet one. Just cut it off. Something like that. I really like the idea of those flowers though. It's going to bother me now. That's not going to show up. I've got quite a few of those. Oh, look at these, are all hoardy things. Things that need to be used a little bit so then they can go to a new home. What was that? No. I want the flowers. That's what my issue is. I want the flowers. That's so pretty. That doesn't show up though on there. Look at all these little things I cut off. Something. They don't show up. Okay. How can I get these? Okay, now I can get them. I'll put them, yeah, I wanted the flowers. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. And I'm mad about the bright white leaves. Do I want just some of these or all of them? Just some of them. Oh, they've got more glue. Something. Oh, it's old tape. Get that off. I feel movement. It's pure determination, you know. This is what I want. I liked those on there. Give them a new home. Like that. Oh, I love ripping lace. No, I'm going to just put stitches. I think I'm going to put red stitches. This raspberry red is a good one. And we will go to this needle. Not blue stitches, red ones. And they will have pride of place in my book. Might slide them down a little bit. They'll splay out when the book closes. Oh, it helps if you put a knot. That's always very helpful. I think I'll have to start over there where it's a bit thicker. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to shove them over there a little bit. Oh, I missed one. Who knew that it was such a fiddly thing to do? I think I want it to have a certain thickness about it, the red thread. Okay, that'll do. And then, do I want a and now squish down in the book. That's all okay. Oops, don't. Yep, that's all good. And do I want a little? Here they are. A little laundry label. Oh, that's quite cute. Or will I just have it off to the side a bit like that? I could have it going over. Off to the side and over and cover that. Let's do that. But I'm going to use this thread to stitch it on. Don't unthread it. Okay. So cute. It did need something else. Sometimes these laundry, I think they're quite a tight weave. They can be quite hard to get your needle to go through them. Fiddly little things. I think we will have another video because there's more I want to make. So these are a few more complex things, so to speak. We'll just go with it and go with whatever colours we, oh dear, whatever colours we feel like. Let's get that off there, nearly there. We might start finding placements in the book. And this will just simply be glued in. You could stitch them in if you want to. We have a soft spine, so you can sort of fold it all back if you wanted to stitch in. I think I'm just going to glue them. They can be adjusted. Put one more stitch in. Now, quite often with the laundry labels, I'll go around with a red, but I can't, there's a lot of red happening here, so I thought I quite liked just having the neutral colour. Oh, I better check I'm recording. Yes, fortunately, yes. Okay, let's start. We've got 3 made, 3 random things. Put those all over there. So, not on this page. This one I thought might go here. And I think I might have that. So I'll glue that on. And then that is going to go on up there. But I'm going to stitch that on. I can't pin that because then I pin my paper. And it's going to have a little tab, is my thought. So that can go there. This one I thought was good on this page because it's big enough to receive it. So that's going to go on that page. And oh, I think I quite like that on there. Yes, I do. That can go there. Oh, mate, what about in here? Here. There. That's going to go on there. So that's those. And it's going to bulk up very quickly. So what will happen is some things I will just simply, like this fabric here is from the 1800s. And I think I'm just going to have that there. So we'll do some gluing in next week. And I might have some sort of label there. And that's it. I could have something like that. No, I think I'm just going to have that there with some sort of label-y thing going on. Then that one's going to be there. Here we don't want to cover all the writing, so that's when you just come in with maybe one thing. Where did that one piece go? And I haven't even dipped into the stash yet, guys. This is just the beginning. Oh, I'll just cut another one off. Did I use that? Maybe I used it, maybe not, I don't know. Doesn't matter, grab another one. Like I could just do that, oh yes. And then you could have like a little, you know, like those crochet ones. Put that there, and a third piece, a little piece. Not that piece. What really little ones do I have? I love that. Put that one there. See something? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? That's what's going to happen there. Okay, so we've made a start. Should I glue them in now? We don't want our glue to be too thick. See, there's so many ideas. This is why this is going to be an ongoing process. So this one, I literally just need, I might use my Giotto glue. You can use prick glue, Giotto glue stick, and I'm going to smoosh glue on here. Or you can use a wet glue, but you have to spread it out so it's not oozing. So that's going to go on there. And that is it. We're going to have a label, but we'll do that next week. We've got to have some things left to do for next week. And I'll just grab this and put some glue there. If it were to start moving or going somewhere, I would just come and add a different, more glue. So that's that. That's going to stay there. We might put something here. I haven't decided that yet. Now here. I'm going to have that there. So let's start glue. Now the way I can see the front, see, I can see there where they ended that. And if you, I've got some of the crochet schoolgirl samplers where I was looking at them with Sherry, and they would stitch them onto the page. They were stitched. So you could do that, but I'm not doing that. But then they would skip a page. And so I need to put wet glue on that one. I might use this. Oh, I've got some here, Flash Bond. Heat Bond, Flash Bond, I think it's called. I'll use this one on that. This is like a Fabri-Tac. So I'm just going to put some dollops around. And then I may have to leave it open on that page because this one doesn't have much surface for me to glue. So just even a white PVA glue is fine. It will work. It just won't dry as quickly. I need to grab, I'm just going to grab a dry wet one. And tap it down. Beautiful. And I had another piece. Where's it gone? Oh, here. And put that on there. I can control that a little bit better where it goes. Okay, I've got issues with my phone and the memory. I'm going to have to be really quick. I've glued that down, but it needs more. And this one, they're all glued down. I used some with the glue stick, some with Flash Bond, which is like a Fabri-Tac, but you can just use a white glue, that's fine. And I've glued that one down. So next week we will work on it some more. And I may just go ahead and choose some more bits and pieces of those to add to it as well, because I can't do all bulky items because otherwise it's just going to be a gator mouth. So there we go. We have started our little favorite things book. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have fun with it, and I will see you again soon. Bye.